So I want to leave some time for you guys. Emma, I was talking to Emma. You guys, the homework is due. The project 1 is due in 2 weeks. I want you guys start the project as soon as possible. So Emma is going to go over share screen with you guys and go over her code with you. Just give you some rough idea uh, how exactly you can use irregular expression. And so basically the homework we have now is the 2 steps. The first step is how do you make this unstructured data structured. So all the data here is unstructured. How we make an unstructured data structure, that's the I said second step. And how to get the keyword search done, so these are the 2 steps in your project 1. So thank you to Emma. So Emma will, I think she will share screen with you guys. We just very briefly just go over the code and go over the Python code, and we can see, just get a big idea what I want from you guys, and I want you guys to start the project as soon as possible. So Emma, you want to share your screen? Should I stop sharing?
Sure. I will share my screen.
I should stop first, right?
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. Now that I will share the logic that I write the code to get the output the Excel files, and we have already uploaded the code file. Yeah.
Maybe you can show them the original file and output file, so they can see, they can get a better idea.
Sure. Yeah, I will show later. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So so we have already uploaded the output files and the code file to the Blackboard, and this is the output file that we want to get. Sorry, it's very slow.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. And I also opened the original file for you to have a better look. So yeah, so you can see this is the output file that we want to get. We want to extract some elements from the.
I think Emma, you may have 2 screens. You are sharing the Jupyter. Are you using Jupyter? You are sharing the Python screen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is my first time to share the screen, so I don't know how to.
No problem.
So now which file you see? Which screen?
I see the spider.
Spider, okay.
You can stop sharing. First.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the original file, the HTML file. So you don't need to crop the web page from the internet. We have already give you the original file of the web page, and this is the conference ending code. And what the professor mentioned later before that is very important for us. And you can see this is the title of the article, and it gives you some basic information about this conference. So it's talking about NVIDIA corporate. And here is the fiscal year and fiscal quarter, which the earning course mentioned. And this is the time of holding conference. And executive list give you some member of this company. Like this is the co-founder of the and CEO and director of this corporate. And this is the analytics list. Here is so many analysts, like from the bank and from some other company. And here is the main content of the conference. like you can see, this is a kind of conversation. So operator will hold this conference, and then for later, there's questions and answer section. The analyst will ask some questions to the executives of the company, and then they will answer this analysis. So this is the content of this conference. So what we want to get from this article. And so this is the basic output that we want to get. We want to get the corporate name, the company name, or the which company that the conference talk about, and the corporate code, the fiscal year and fiscal quarter, and the date. And the most important is that we want to know who says what, like the speakers and what the speakers said. Like for this list is all about the conversation the speakers said. And what's more, we also want to know the differences between this conversation. Is the description part or is the Q&A part? And we, from the HTML file that I just give you some, before these questions and the answer section is all about description, about the description of the company. And then after the Q&A session, all of this is Q&A part. This one questions, one answered about to the questions. So yeah, this is the basic look of the output file. So let's go back to the code. How can I get this output file? And what's more, now that I'm just sharing you the logic of writing the code, it's not about the Python knowledge. And I believe some of you have a basic Python knowledge and you can understand this code. But for someone who don't have some basic knowledge of the Python, please ask the questions please ask the questions on the tutorial tomorrow evening. I will answer you some knowledge about the code. So for now, I just give you some logic of the coding, right? And we give you 16.5 file.
Switch share screen. Now we are staying on the conference call. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, take it.
Yeah.
You explain very well, very clear to me. Very clear.
So this is the code that I write about, and we give you 16 file examples, right? In order to save your time, I just take 10 file as the example. And you can see for this part, it's all about to read all files at the same time. Like, first of all, we should read all the files from the HTML files, right? And this part is about reading all files. And then after reading the files, we want to get some elements that we need from the HTML file. And so you want to, and you open the HTML file in Chrome. Let's share another screen to you. Yeah, so I opened it. The HTML file in Chrome, and you click the right mouse and expand. And then you can see the original code of this conference, right? And you click this mouse picture, and then you can find the original code of original code of the line in the blue background. Like I click it, and it show me that this is the original code of the HTML file. So we would like to utilize this original code to get the element that we want in the article. So this is all about how I get the elements that we want, like corporate name, corporate code, physical quarter, physical year, and the date of holding the conference. And at first, I just want to get this information in the first 3 lines. But however, I found, but however, I found that in some other HTML file, these elements just showed in the first line instead of first 3 lines. So I think I cannot get the information in this general way. So how can I solve this problem? I found that all this information showed in the title of the article, the highlight. So you should find the common way to get this information, because you would like to get the information from the 15 file files instead of 1 files. So you want to see the common among these files. And then you can just write one kind of code to get all the information from so many files. And then, so I get the.
I just want to add to Emma's point. What Emma is saying is, the rule you are using here to extract information should apply to all files, not just a particular file. Because the idea Emma was trying to say is, different files have different format. If your code is only applied to a particular format, no good. You want to write a code which can apply to all formats in the data set, so you can extract all the information. So that's Emma's idea. I just want to, she is really clear. I just want to rephrase what she said. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your explanation. Yeah, so here I just get all the file, all the content of the highlight, which is also which is like I click this mouse and I can find the title of the file is in the headline part. So go back to the code. We can see that we get all the headline from the HTML file. And then we utilize the regular expression to debug the title of the article. And we can get all the elements that we want, like corporate name, corporate code, physical year, physical date, and the physical quarter. And I recommend all of you to search the regular expression on Google. And there's many articles about the rules of the regular expression. So I don't explain detailedly now. Please just search it on Google, right? So this is the root of the regular expression, how to extract a certain element from a long content. Yeah, so the next one, after get all the information from the title of the article, the conference, we just want to find all the conversation, right? Like the Excel file shows, we want to know who says what. This is the speaker, and this is the content that speaker says. And then I click I define the 2 kinds of dictionary. So let me explain the dictionary in the Python. When you use the dictionary to search the word, most of you will like to search the first letter of the word. Like you search 8, and you can get a lot of word with the first letter is 8. Like you search A, you can get apple, you can get abandon, and you search B, you can get the void, and you can get the birth date. So this is so in the Python, the logic of the dictionary is the same with the dictionary in the daily life. We want to use the speaker as the key, like as the first letter of the word. And this content is the word that we want to search, right? So we have one speaker and we have one conversation, one sentence. So for this part, you can see I define the key equals this item. Why I use strong? Because let's go back to the original code. When you click the name, you can see the name is in the strong tag. So I want to find all of the strong and search and find all of the name of the speaker. And then I append it, which append means, which is that append item text. The item text is the sentence that the speaker says. So we stop the content in the dict by the name of the speakers. I don't know if I say in this way is clear for you.
So Emma,
yeah.
What Emma's saying is just to the class. So each data has its own pattern. So for example, how did you get the Canada name out? The pattern is it's always in a strong. It's in a strong in the HTML they define as strong. So this is the pattern in the data. So you can use the strong to identify the name, and once you have the name, you know the following language is the person's speech. That's the pattern in this data. So that's how you can. That's what you should observe from the data. You have to. So basically, the idea here is you have to see what's the pattern. Once you observe the pattern, and you can write the Python code to get the pattern out. So the first step is not writing code. The first step is to see the pattern, and then once you see the pattern, and then you use the Python code to generalize the pattern to get data out. And this is the data. Each data has different difference. So the conference call is this is pattern. In the second project, you do AK. AK has different pattern. So what Emma's suggesting is looking for pattern first. Once you see the pattern, and then using the Python to implement the pattern to get the information out. I think Emma explained very clear. Very clear. Yeah.
Thank you. So when we find out of conversation, the other things that we want to do is to distinguish the description and the Q&A. It's also in this part of the code. Like for this line 15.6, item found strong and test also equal the questions and the answer section.
Sorry, Emma. It seems that we cannot see your spider screen.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah. Oh, sorry for the mistake. And so for this part, we can see that in the line 15.6, item found strong and test also equaled questions and the answer section. So until we found this line, this text, we define the dictionary as the description, right? So I showed it this. So firstly, we defined two kinds of this dictionary. And for one dictionary, I would like to say that is the description, right? And another one is Q&A. So I defined two kinds of description. And for first one, all of content are about the description. And then the second dictionary for this content of the dictionary, all about is the Q&A part. So this is the former, and this is how we get the description, how we distinguish the description and the Q&A part. Like here, you can see for this 5-6 line is about the description. For the lines left is all about the Q&A part. So here, I would like to give you questions to think about. So for the example of the output, we just simply distinguish the description and the Q&A part. So for you, you can think more deeply how to distinguish the questions and the how to distinguish the questions and the answer. I think it's a good deeper thinking for you. So I don't explain how to distinguish the questions and answer now. I would like to urge you to think by yourself. And if you have a good idea, you can discuss with me. So I have my own idea how to distinguish questions and answer. And I hope you can have a different ways to distinguish them, and we can discuss after the lecture. Yeah. And let's go back to the code. So for now, so far, we have already got all the information that we need, right? And the last step is to output all of the items to the Excel. And we like here in the like 67, we create a workbook, which is all, and then we append this. So for this name is about the list name of the Excel, right? It's the same with the Excel file, the list name. And here, like in 76, this name is also we use in the coding before. So when you output to the Excel, you can change your list name, right? To make it more clear what you do and what you get in the Excel. So when for these 10 lines, we combine the two dictionary. Like the first dictionary is about the description, and the second dictionary is about the Q&A part. And then you just save it in the Excel file, and let's run this. Like for running it will take a little. Oh, sorry, I run the wrong file. Yeah. Like it will take a little long time to run the file, so be patient. And to know what kind of file that we are run now, you can click. Now we are crawling the file and file name, and you can see now we are crawling the file 3975813. So I recommend you to write this code, and you can see clearly which file you are crawling now. And if some mistake happened, you can you can find directly which file had the wrong code, right? And like I also print the corporate name, code, quarter, date. And so when you run the code, you can see clearly which company you are crawling. So it's very clear. And you don't just waste the time to wait. You can see the detail about the file that you are crawling. Yeah. So let's just wait for a little bit longer.
one suggestion I have for you guys is, I think so Emma wrote very clean code. These functions you guys can check, like a append what does the function mean, and you can just Google search all these functions, and you understand these functions and split all these functions. Once you understand these functions, you will have much better idea, understand this. And also another suggestion is you don't have to exactly follow her code. You can, there's a very different way to do this. You can 1,000,000 ways to get this done. Emma proposed a very excellent way. You can follow her, but you can also do your own ways as well. So yeah, just but one thing very important is always put your explanation of the code note for the code. So you better. So the idea is when you look at your own code, you understand that what's that for. Yeah, writing notes and writing this kind of print data, this is all helpful for you to track your code.
Yeah, thank you. And then let's go back to the folder that, let me show you. So like this, after running the code, you can get all the output of Excel file in the folder where your Python file is in. And you just click and open the Excel, and you can find is, so it's totally the same. And when after you write your own code and run it, check the differences between your output file and the original file, the HTML file. And if you get 8 out of 10, which is right, and you can use this code. However, if you cannot get 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10 right, or you might change your code to improve your currency. The correction. Yeah. And so, one more I would like to introduce. So cost for this part is very easy to find in the Google, and I will explain a little bit about it. So this LNN sentimental analysis, just like the professor mentioned before, is the dictionary about the keywords, right?
Sentiment.
Yeah, sentiment. Yeah. So this is the analysis that the professor mentioned before, and all of it is very easy because Google is very powerful, and many programmers share their own code in the Google, and you can see they just explain how to upload this, how to install the package. Firstly, you should install a kind of package, the LNN sentimental analysis package, and then you just follow the code here, right? I don't write the code in my example of the code, but I think it's very easy, and I urge you to try by yourself, because like you see, all this code can be found in the Google or in the Baidu, or if you don't have the VPN. So I think it's very easy for you. So, and it also gives you how to calculate the sentimental, the subjective list, the polarity. So I think it's very easy for you, and you can also build your own sentimental works, right? Like the professor mentioned before. So I think, and after you install the package, you can utilize the package on the Excel file that we get, right? You can analyze this the positive word or the negative word in this sentence, and to see is a good news for you or is a bad news for the investor. Yeah. So that's all my explanation of the code. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. I just want to add one more thing. So for
Yeah.
keyword search, you can use what Emma suggested. That package is particularly for the sentiment analysis. There's more general package called NLTK. You can search Python NLTK. NLTK is for all keyword search, so it's more general. So basically, what Emma said, the package is particularly for sentiment keyword search. So that's more particular to sentiment. The NLTK package is more like all keyword search can be you can use NLTK for all keyword search. So you can choose whatever you want. Okay, you can choose what the Emma suggests here, which is good. You can use more general NLTK package. I think they call NLTK too, right? They should call NLTK here, maybe. So these are so what kind of package you use is up to you. So these are two options. You can use general one NLTK to give a search, or you can use the what Emma showing here using the package particular to sentiment keyword search. What everything is good to me. Everything is good to me. This is the stuff. So the basic idea here, just want to summarize what Emma says. The idea here is you have the original file, you have the output. You want to convert your original file into structured format in the Excel file, and you have to get the pattern. You have to look at the data pattern first before you run any code. Look at the data pattern first. First you summarize the data pattern, and then you use the code to implement the pattern you observed from data, and then you can generate all the files. This is basically pretty much for every process. This is this is the way to go. I told you guys this is very fundamental. We are not doing super advanced thing here. This is very basic. Like I said, 3 steps. The first step is to crawl the data. We don't even have crawling here because I want to make it a little bit easier. So we don't have crawl. The second project you have a crawl. You have a crawling. So first you don't have crawl. You just pass in the data to structured format and then do the keyword search. That's it. That's it. So this is for the project 1, and like Emma says, tutorial session will be helpful, and and thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much, and let me first.
So I stop share.